Regarding your presentations, so as I said, you need to choose one place, and I want you to tell me what you choose on WhatsApp, okay? Because I don't want more than one person to do about the same topic. So let me know what you choose, and I will tell you if okay or not, or if there is anyone else doing about this project. Okay, so the sooner you tell me, the better. The sooner you tell me that you want to do this, the lesser chance that someone else is doing it. Okay, and don't forget, for example, if you choose a temple, there are they represent gods at that time. So tell us about the god, okay, and what they used to do in the temple and how did they build it and etc. Okay, I also sent you this link and I want you to watch it, all of it. Okay, it is something for you as students and for everyone in life actually. I will just start it now and you can watch the rest of it by yourself. Let's watch it together.
Who are you going to be? And if you'll notice, I'm not asking what are you going to do, but who are you going to be? I'm asking you about how you plan to live your life every day. How are you going to respond when you don't get that job you had your heart set on? For all of you who are going to be teachers, what are you going to do if the students in your class next year just don't respond to your lessons? For all of you going into business, how will you react when your boss gives you a goal that feels way too high? See, these are the moments that define us. Not the day you get the promotion, not the day you win Teacher of the Year, but the times that force you to claw and scratch and fight just to get through the day.
And this is of course not for teachers. She gave the example of teachers, but the question is, you know that for example we have the student of the month, right? What are you going to do to be the student of the month? Remember, you guys are grade 8. This is your final year at school. What are you going to do to show the teachers that you have that you want to be student of the month?
The moments when you get knocked down and you're wondering whether it's even worth it to get back up. See, those are the times when you've got to ask yourself, who am I going to be? And I want to be clear, this isn't just some vague platitude about building character. In recent years, we've actually been seeing a growing body of research that shows that skills like resilience and conscientiousness can be just as important to your success as your test scores or even your IQ.
So this is what I told you in my previous video. I don't want to give you a 0 because a 0 or a grade in general does not define who you are. I want to see that you are trying. I want to see that you want to do the work. For example, I was talking to a student last week and he was reading very bad, but he showed me that he wants to learn, and we underlined the words together, and he sent me a voice note of reading the words, and he told me I want to do better. So this is the type of effort that I want to see. Okay, and this is how I grade you. I don't grade you based on your grade only. Okay, your grade is nothing. I want to see that you are doing something extra, that you are telling me, oh miss, I found this link also, you can send it to the group, for example. Oh miss, I was so interested, I even read more than you even asked me. This is what I want to see. This is you being responsible and loving to learn. So you have this link. I want you to watch the rest of it on your own. If you want, you are free to talk to me, to send me what you think about it. You can tell me, miss, I loved this video because it made me think of I don't know what, or it made me want to fight more, or no, I don't agree with this because I don't know what. Give me your responses. Tell me how you think. Okay, this is optional. You don't have to do it, but if you want, I am always here free and ready to listen to you. Okay, now let's get into our lesson. So today I want to do active and passive voice. Sorry, first of all, before going to our lesson, I want to show you the text that you will be reading with your friend. Yes, it's this one. The baths. I want you, so in your pairs, just like for example, we said Abdurrahman will be reading with Amran, in your pairs you will be reading this reading. Now, I will send you a recording of myself reading this, although you have it on your YouTube channel. But I will also send you a record of myself reading it so you can read exactly like me. I want perfect reading this time. Perfect reading this time. Okay? Okay. Now, our lesson will be active and passive. Let's watch this video together. It explains everything. Please focus. And by the way, when I'm showing you these types of videos, you are free to get a paper and a pencil and take notes if you want.
Active and passive voice are used in different types of writing for different types of effects.
Okay, wait, let me make it slower.
Active and passive voice are used in different types of writing for different types of effects and sentence structure. Paying attention to the voice you're using can massively alter the way your message is received. Let's start with the basics. Active voice is when the grammatical subject of the sentence is performing the action.
So active voice is when the subject is making the action.
Let's say you saw your friend Jill throw a ball. You could say, Jill threw the ball. Here, the grammatical subject of the sentence, Jill, performs the action described by the verb threw. This is an example of active voice. Passive voice is used when the grammatical subject of the sentence is being acted upon by another object that may or may not be defined. Now let's try making the ball the grammatical subject of the sentence. The ball was thrown by Jill. Here, the thing acted upon is the subject of the sentence. This is an example of passive voice.
So this is a passive sentence. The ball was thrown by Jill. So you see where your subject is. Now the subject, which is ball, became in the beginning. But is it really the subject?
Both sentences make sense for their own specific situations and both are grammatically correct. In some disciplines, passive voice is often preferred. Some scientific disciplines prefer passive voice because it puts emphasis on what was done rather than who did it. For example, one could say, humidity levels were measured every 4 hours.
Okay, we don't care about
Subject
this.
is being emphasized rather than
So, for example, Evans Library was built in 1968. Okay, so first of all, you search for your verb. Your verb is was built. Okay, where's your subject? Of course, the subject comes before the verb, so this is your subject.
the actor, which is not relevant
But do we know who built the library? No, we don't.
to the purpose of the sentence and is left out. If both are correct, how do you know which one to use? You may have heard that you should use active voice. There is a common misconception that
Okay, I will
voice
stop here
is
and I will
always-
send the rest for you. Okay, so your homework will be this paper. Okay, so this is active and passive. Let us read together. We drove the car to the movies. This is active. We know who did it. We know the verb. So first of all, you always search for the verb. Okay, we have the verb. Then we look for the subject. The subject is we. We drove the car to the movies. Active voice. We already know who did the verb. This is how we know if it's active or passive. Second, the second sentence. Our car was driven to the movies. Was driven. Okay? So we look for the verb. It is was driven. Where is our subject? It is usually in the beginning, right? Our car was driven. Did our car drive itself? No, right? The car cannot drive itself. Someone did the driving. So this is passive. Passive is when we don't know who the subject is. Let us take the first example. So the question is, the sentences below are in passive voice. Rewrite them in active voice. So they are in passive, we want to change them to the active voice. Yalla, take your papers and get ready. Number 1. The room was vacated by Mary. We look for the verb. Was vacated. Do you think this is passive or active? It is passive. Even if they told us here in the question, okay? But even by looking at the sentence, we can know that this is passive. So, the room was vacated by Mary. Who did the action? Who is the person who vacated? It was Mary. Mary is the subject. Well, actually, the room is the subject, but we cannot really consider it as a subject because the room cannot vacate itself, right? So someone did the vacation in the room. So, by Mary. And if you look at all the sentences, you always have by. So the subject really is after the by. So how do we change it to the active? We start with Mary. Mary. We take the verb was vacated. We only take vacated because we want it in the past simple. Mary vacated. What did Mary vacate? And now is where we put the room. So please write this answer. Mary vacated the room. So we change the whole structure of the sentence. Let's do the second one together. The fruit was eaten by athletes. What do you think we should put in the beginning? So first of all, we search for the verb. The verb was eaten. The fruit was eaten by who? By the athletes. So we start the sentence with the athletes. What did the athletes do? They eat. This is the verb. So we want it in the past. Remember, the past, the verb is always in the past. The athletes, what is the past simple of was eaten? It is ate. The athletes ate. What should we put now? The fruit. Period. Don't forget the period. The athletes ate the fruit. Okay? So this is what you have to do for the rest of these 3 sentences. This is for Sunday. You only have 3 sentences, so it's not that difficult. Okay? And I'm only giving you one worksheet just because I want you to start with your project. Send me what you want to choose today so I can tell you if yes, you can do it or no. Okay? Depending if someone else chose it. Okay? So you can start working on your finding information, drawing, taking a video, and send it to me before Tuesday. Okay? So this is why I'm only giving you one worksheet. Let me know if you have any questions. And guys, those who don't give me anything by Sunday and Tuesday will get a 0. I already explained this in the beginning of the other video. We don't want to be like this anymore. We want to work hard. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions.